stop pressing buttons. Okay. Go away. Hi. I'm gonna be arting today. It's gonna be great. It's gonna be great. I haven't done an actual art stream in a hot minute. My last one I did on my phone. This is my most recent art trade that I did. If you go into the time lapse, I'm gonna zoom in here because I know it's gonna happen here. I asked my boyfriend to do my line art for me. So I did one eye. And then he was doing this one. Did you catch that? Because I fucking did. He drew a penis. He drew a penis. And it takes up a good 2 seconds. And this is why I never ask him to do anything. What's up, Tamer? That's why I don't ask him to do anything. But this is my most recent one that I did. I like it. I like it a lot. I have like 4 more to do. Yeah. I just saw a couple of rendering tutorials and like I'm trying to get better at doing. I actually don't have 4 more to do. I have Okay. I'm trying to get more art trades because believe it or not, I love drawing. I don't know if you guys know, it's like half of my personality. So this is my art trades, and then I have practice and studies that I was doing. Whips. I was doing this before I came up with my shrimp soda. I don't like it anymore. And then half of these aren't finished. All of this is going to be redone. Like, I just redrew one of them. I don't even think it's in this folder. All of these are being redrawn. And then this is Cheese's art folder. Yeah, my shrimp persona. That's what I call my persona. Me in a shrimp hoodie. It's called a shrimp persona. I think it's so silly to call it that. Which is why I'm calling it that. So that's for Cheese, and then this is personal stuff that I was doing. Back when I was in high school, I did half of these. Because I had to draw stuff for high school. So I drew it here. And then this is the tattoo I was designing for myself. Yeah, this is all personal stuff. And then my animation work. This was the first ever animation I did. And I think it's the closest I ever got to a flow state. And then I just stopped. And then this is the only finished animation I did. Oh, it's not even finished. Okay, cool. These are all awful. By the way, I don't animate. I can't animate. These are my commissions that I've done throughout the years. This one I did on Ibis. I did not do it on my iPad. Half of these I did on Ibis before I got my iPad. And then emotes and icons. What would you be looking for in an art trade? Anything? This is all my really old art. This one is the one I redid from 2021. This is from 2021. Or this is the newer one. This one is from 2021. This is the newer version. I don't like it, but why in God's name does it say recently viewed for me? Because I don't know. I don't know. I don't fucking know, man. We're not gonna go into this folder down here. This red folder. We're not gonna go into that one. That one's off limits. We're not gonna do that. But I am doing art trades. You've probably seen me. Do you watch Overwatch? Because if you watch Overwatch, then you've probably seen me live. This... Tamer, were you here when I was talking about... Yeah, no, I was playing Overwatch earlier. Do you remember... Were you here when I was talking about, the 3 art trades where they were doing line art for me. This is these 3 art trades. So, I had a bunch of sketches that I did at the airport. And then this is a character sheet that I did for somebody else from way back when. And then they're like, oh, do this art trade. So, this is one of their characters. By the way, one. This is the second character they have. This is the only one that I actually finished. And they were upset with this. And then this is the third one. Vitiligo, and it's a man. I can't draw men. I'm sorry. I can't draw men. Fucking kill me, I guess. This is the third one. He had some shit happening with his horns, too. I don't remember. And I got to this point, and I'm like, hey, I did the line art. I finished one of them. I did all 3 line arts. And then, like, can you give me a break? Like, I can't finish this. Because this took fucking forever. When did I make this? Canvas info? This is in 2022. I was nowhere near as good as I am now back in 2022. And I'm like, hey, can we not do this anymore? Like, I just want line art and coloring for my background. Yeah, this is me working on the commissions. This took me literal fucking months. Like, it took me 2 months to even get one done. And I'm like, I can't do this anymore. And can you just give me the desktop background that you had promised me? And they're like, oh no, I'm not doing that. Like, I think I still have, hold up, pause. I'm not showing you my camera roll for a very specific reason. So, we're gonna go over to my BRB screen. Actually, we're gonna go to my Minecraft one. Can we go to my BRB one? That would be much more helpful. If we could just... Okay, thanks. I'm gonna have to go into my deleted, and my deleted, I think I'm gonna have to go... Oh, I'm literally not even gonna have to go into my deleted. Okay, wait, I'm just tweaking. Huh! Oh. It scared me. So, don't worry about this. This is my old dog. Look at him. He's a little pupper. This is what I wanted. It was literally, like, the sketch for this. I completed this myself. I did the line art, and I did the coloring myself. But they already had the background, they had the sketch, they had everything else. Because I had somebody sketch it out for me. They just weren't able to complete the commission that I did. And so I had them sketch it out. And I'm like, hey, can you just do the line art and coloring? I already have this background, like the blue and green and the game stuff. All that was already made. I'm like, I have the background. I literally just need line art and coloring. And then they had me do these fucking 3. And I couldn't complete them because I was, 18? I was 18 working 40 to 60 hour work weeks full time with my dad. And so I completed this, and then I did line art, and I did base colors mostly for this one. I'm like, hey, can I just do base colors? Like, I can't do anything more. And they're like, no. And they just fucking left me on red. I'm like, okay, fuck you. Which is why it's so important in the art community to know your worth. To not let people walk all over you because they fucking do it. They do it so often, and I hate like older artists who do that. Cause what the fuck? That's so fucked up. I'm sorry, it's so fucked up. And it happens so often. People come to me, and when I'm doing my art trades, like, it's happened like 6 times now. They're like, I've never done an art trade before. What does it look like? And I'm like, do your best. if you feel like you're about to burn out, even if you just did the sketch, send me the sketch. That's all I want. Even if it's half finished, just send it. That's all I care about, is that you do something. Like, you can't just... I've had somebody... This person... I was gonna do an art trade with him, but he doesn't have the same morals as me. And it seemed like he was just gonna go... Wait, my pen's not on. And send that to me. That would have been okay. I would have been fine with that. Like, so many people don't understand that art trades aren't commissions. Yeah, I might give you the same effort that you gave me. Like, if I did a complete, like, my most recent one. Let's say I did all this, and they sent me that smiley face. Or, like, a basic-ass sketch. I would have just sent them the sketch for this. Like, that's what I would have done. To be fair, I actually probably would have sent the full thing, but I would have been seething. But it doesn't matter what you do. As long as you put in what you want to get back, that's all that matters. You don't have to be a fucking dick about it and be like, your art sucks, I'm not giving you my art trade. What the fuck? I'm literally doing this so I can get stickers, emotes, and new profile pictures that looks different than my art style. Because my art style, it changes drastically. Like, I have these drawings, and then I have different drawings from years ago. Like, this is how I used to draw. I did this forever ago. Like, I have more serious art, but I also have the silliest, goofiest little art ever. There's so much more to drawing. Like, I don't know. People piss me off, but I gotta work on these trades, man. I don't have 1 million, but still. Ugh. Okay. Do you like my Stitch background, by the way? I think it looks awesome. Where's my TikTok? But Peter... Shut up. So this is the person that I'm drawing. How do you save this shit, by the way? Okay, cool. Ah! Is that for, like... No. I don't know. Dude, my inbox is literally... Hold up. Art trade? Art trade? My boyfriend? Me requesting an art trade? And then, like, my friend... Someone I was gonna do an art trade with, but I'm not doing it anymore. And then, like, people I don't know. Nothing important, nothing big. How do you... Okay, wait. I don't know how to do the thing that people do. We're like... It's in a little... Hello? My iPad broke. My Procreate crashed. I'm actually... Oh, I use keyboard. For, Overwatch. I play only with keyboard. I only do... controller if I'm on Xbox. Hello? Can this shit fucking open, please? There we go. Okay, wait. So this is the person. Hi, Moisey! I have found out that this person, their character is from the early 2000s. They're a paranoia... Yep. Words. I don't know how to do the reference thing. Where it's like in a bubble? Canvas. Reference. Oh! Oh! Wait, what if I do this? Oh, I don't want that. I don't want that. Ah! I'm so smart. I'm the smartest cookie in all of the cookie land. So we're gonna have that over there. I'm teaching art, by the way. I'm supposed to be teaching how to draw and stuff. So you go to your pencil and then you draw. And that's how you draw. Thank you for watching my tutorial. Okay, wait. No, but like seriously. Can I make you smaller? Is there a way to do that? Because you're fucking humongous. No offense. Love you. But you're huge. And I don't want that. How do I do this? What the fuck ever. I don't care. Oh, wait. I can't unplug it, can I? Wait, can I? I can! Cool. Yeah, I'm still in bronze. They're giving Ramona flowers, in my opinion. I was gonna say that. I was gonna be like, oh, a Ramona flowers type, but that felt rude. But it was meant in like a really good way. Kind of want... So, neck, chest. This is like a really weird... Overwatch ranked as hell. Yes, yes it is. This is a really weird pose that I'm going for. It's gonna be her on a phone. Somebody else draw like a flip phone recently, and it looked good as fuck. I'm not gonna focus on hands right now. I'll actually cry if I have to focus. How do you never run out of words to say? I went a good 3 weeks streaming with nothing to say. I was fucking silent. I'm like, why do people watch me? I'm boring. And then I realized nobody was watching me, and then I'm like, I have to talk. I forgot that's part of the thing. You gotta talk to stream. Plus, I like engaging with people. Like, I don't know. I don't know, bro. I know nothing about this character. I think I drew her chest too up. You never went schizo throughout those 3 weeks? Well, no, I was saying stuff, but I, like, wasn't interesting. I don't want to be basic. One of the things about my art trades is I really don't want to be basic. I don't want to do the thing that everybody does. Like, that sounds boring. Wait, who joined? What's their name? Kai in the Hills. Wait. 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 Kai in the Hills. Wait. Sorry. I'm texting people because I'm a fucking loser. Wait, I don't want to do this. I think what I want to do is... Another shrimp needs you? No, they don't. You just hate me. You can say it like that. You have a good day. Get it all on paper. Yeah, I kind of really don't want to go for a goofy look for this one. You're in love with a shrimp? No, I wouldn't understand that. So I'm just gonna do this because it looks goofy, but I want to get, like, pose ideas. And I hate looking on Pinterest because if I ever look on Pinterest, I feel like I'm tracing. No hate to the people who do it. Pinterest is great for references. I just hate using references because I hate myself. Should I just be basic and do a headshot? Like that. Boom. Headshot. This is their first drawing that they've gotten of this character. This is just something they did on Pick Crew. Which also is really good for, you know, making your characters. This is looking like that one doodle that I did. Like, it's looking oddly exactly like that one doodle I did. I feel like I should be more detailed, but I really don't want to be detailed with this one. Art is hard, man. Especially when you don't know what you want to do. I think I'm gonna have to look through Pinterest. I kind of like this one. I know I immediately just got here, and I'm just now looking through it, but I kind of like that one. These are weird-ass poses. I kind of want to do something with a flip phone. I've used this pose before. Ooh, this would be good for perspective practice, but no. I searched up pose reference, and why are half of them from Y2K? Is that just the thing now? Are we just perpetually stuck in Y2K? This is good as fuck for a profile photo. Profile photo. I sound like a nerd. Oh shit. You want to draw too? It's giving Frogger. I realized I pointed at it, but I didn't actually show you. This one's giving Frogger, specifically. See, I don't want anything obstructing the face too much, but I really want to do... Like, it's a paranormal activity thing. I remember using this reference back in middle school. And I was like, oh my god, guys, I can draw so good. And because we were in middle school and everything was on paper and I technically did it in class, but I pulled it up on my Chromebook and I'm like, guys, I just know anatomy. Dude, I was a tracer kid. Holy fuck, I was a tracer kid. Half these poses suck. Like, they're good, but that's good, I guess. I used to use this app. No. I used to trace, like, half of my artwork and be like, guys, you just don't understand. I'm so good. And then there were actually really good artists in my middle school that would, like, with no effort, do shit. I want to do this one. Oh, but I don't know what she looks like. I think I'm gonna have to do a headshot because I don't know anything about her. I think I'm gonna do this one. Yeah, okay. I'll do this. I looked at it. Okay, I can recreate it. No problem. Can I make this fucking smaller? Is there any way I can make this smaller? Hello! Oh! I'm fucking goated, dude. Literally goated with the sauce. Hi. Wait, I want to do like hand and then over on the side. Do you know what pose I'm talking about? Please tell me you know what pose I'm talking about. I'm gonna do like this, and then it's gonna be like, oh, she's gonna be looking over here. Ew, that mouth is so low. Oh, hi Arya. It's like the one where like, okay, so her shoulder is gonna be up here, and then elbow, and then elbow. It's gonna be like, oh, what's going on? So I've scrapped. Thanks, I just started. I scrapped my actually using a pose reference for the first time in forever. I scrapped that. That's gone. Ew! Ew! That looks bad. Pose references are for people that care about their art. Yeah. Thank you for the follow, Tristan. I have an ex named Tristan. He was douche canoe. To be fair, all my exes were douche canoes. I don't like this, but I'm gonna keep going, because why not? Oh, she looks like mad. That is not my intention. Jesus, can I draw? I always have like the same size nose for everything I do, which pisses me off because it's not even like a small nose, which is like, oh, same face syndrome, shrimp. I'm saying words. I don't think I have same face syndrome, and if I do, I give all of my characters really big noses for no reason. I'm also giving her ears for no reason because you can't even see her fucking ears. But hello? My bank account just gave me a notification. How much money did I get? $75. How much money did my boyfriend get? Sink. I have to restart that up. Whatever. I officially hate this, and I'm doing something else now. No, I'm not. I'm powering through. the magic of God and anime on my side. Hecha! She like Scoob. God, I hate this. Oh my god. This is why I don't draw normally. I think her arm is too long. Whatever. We got an idea. That's all that fucking matters, gang. And then you change it. You change it to what you want it to be. She looks... Her face is lopsided. Holy shit. I didn't realize it was that bad. God, her face just looks weird. It's fine. Fix it in post. I'm going based purely off of the fucking pit crew that they gave me. What's up, Abraham? Stop fucking putting dots everywhere, please. I beg. Ah! I feel like I'm going crazy. Because I'm not even drawing this right. So her hair's all like jacked up and stuff, but first I gotta draw her hair normally. Something like that's normal. And then you draw the... What's up, Elliot? You haven't been here in the past month? Not month, but like week and a half. So, no, today is not the day you become a mod. You had a good streak going for you, kid, but you broke your streak. I can't draw hands. Literally can't draw hands. I mean, I can. I say as I give the shittiest example. Let's do box hands. Box hands. Box hands. That's not a fucking box. Pinkies always stress me out. Because I always feel like I make them too big. Hand! It's a hand. See, I can draw hands. I think I'm just gonna do a headshot. I know I... Shut up. I know I said... Oh, wait! My stream isn't working. Why isn't my stream working? My thing crashed? Dude, I'm gonna kill myself. Why didn't nobody tell me that? Wait, what was it called? When did it fucking crash? Nobody told me this. Hold up. Ugh. Listen, I didn't want to show you guys this because my name is weird on here. It's my boyfriend put it in. That's not my name. That's not me. It's fine. Fuck you guys. You guys suck. Nobody told me it crashed. How long ago did it crash? Literally, how long have I been sitting here with a black fucking screen? No wonder people aren't staying. Stream manager. Let me go here. Let me go off of here. Let me do home. No, back, 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 back. Back to channel. Or, yeah. I judge. Ah! That's loud. But I'm gonna have to turn volume off. Okay, wait. Okay, it had just crashed. So I was sitting in here for like a minute. I was so locked in, too. I was drawing a hand and then it crashed. I was so locked in. It was actually like 2 minutes, but whatever. That doesn't matter. I said I wasn't gonna do it. I said that I'm different and that I'm better than that. I'm not. I lied. I lied very thoroughly. I'm gonna be doing a headshot because I don't feel like drawing anything else. Fucking stop. I'm gonna draw a leather jacket like that, because I can't draw leather jackets. Yeah, that's how we're gonna go about that. So, first things first, when you draw, you get the sketch. And I just finished my sketch. Now I'm gonna do this a bit differently than I normally would. Because, sorry. I'm doing this a bit different than I normally would. I think shorten you just a little. I want to do this in a like retro way because I have found out that this character is from the 2000s. So usually I make the canvas bigger and I make the sketch like bigger, but we're not doing that this time. This time, what I'm actually gonna do is put this low opacity. Opacity is a silly word to say. That might be how I want to color this. No. Ooh! Ooh! I have a good idea. So she's like a thing, right? What? Dog. So, first idea. I'm gonna go with a light brown. Gonna put like, do this to give it a paper texture. Ooh. Wait, I already fucked it up, like immediately. So, paper texture. And then go around the edges. No. I'm gonna do a lower opacity for that. I'm not playing Overwatch right now. I said I was gonna do an art stream. And I'm gonna do like a light red type tone. Basically no opacity. This is what I want to do for the background. And then, here's what else I'm gonna do. I don't play with people. Hate to break it to you, bud. But I don't play with people until I get out of bronze. So I'm basically gonna go like this. Go. No. I gotta get out of bronze on my own. She's like a detective, right? That's what they told me, at least. So I'm gonna fit this to canvas, and then I'm just gonna make it bigger. Put this as lower. Ooh. I like that. I don't know why I like this so much. Maybe because I'm fucking stupid. But that doesn't matter right now. What? Hello? Ah, I like this. So that's gonna be my background. So put this in the background. I'm gonna make the color of this like a, yeah, like a faded, like orange type deal. Yeah! Look at me go. I don't usually do this stuff. Studio pen, that's too, dry ink. That might be what I color with. No, I'm gonna do the line art like that. So you get rid of those two. Don't fucking need them. Next thing is line art. line art in any color, because technically you can change any fucking color you want. Let me make sure that I actually have her lore right. I know she's early 2000s. I remember that bit. I actually got that. I guessed that and fucking hit the nail on the head. You're right on the money. She's a paranormal investigator from the early 2000s. That's what she is. That's what she said. So I kind of want to do, like, the eyes the same-ish for how they have it in the reference. So let me go like that. Which is why I have them like this, is because that's what the reference kind of looks like. But you can't really see. I'd use my finger for that. I'm not using an actual Apple pen. Oops. But I used the same, I'm using the same eye thing that I do for all of my characters. I'm using my finger right now, hold up. See, now that I did one eye, I can do the other one a little bit better than how I had it. See, because that just looks wrong. Makes me feel racist. Which is weird, because that has nothing to do with this. However, I still feel it, so I'm fixing it. I started watching Class of 09 gameplay recently. I've never seen it before in my life, and holy shit, that fucking game is so funny. I'm watching the like all endings video that one dude produced. It's so funny. I said produced like it was a movie. I'm here just a bit late because I was finishing something. Slay. That's fine. I'm just doing an art stream. I was gonna do it on my other account. Oh, I hate that. I was gonna do it on my other account, but I decided not to. It's really funny because that used to be my main account. That used to be my only account, actually. And then I converted it to my secondary account. I feel like her eyes are too wide. Like, too far apart. Yeah. I don't want to do it like that. Yeah, so this was a kind of. This was never my alt. This was always made for, streaming. Because, okay, I've talked about this before, but you're newer to me. So, I'll talk about it again. I left a really bad relationship, and he kind of like fucked over a lot of shit for me. However, his old friends, they're not his friends anymore. I made sure of that. They followed me on my other account, and I, decided to start streaming again, and I know that they were still reporting to him. I mean, like, they weren't his friends, but they were, like, his friends. I don't know. It was a really messy situation. So they were still talking about me to him, and I'm like, I'm not gonna let them know that I'm streaming. So I made this as my secondary, and then I just transferred everything over here, and I used this one more than I used my other one. Which, like, is cool and all. Like, I can do that. It's just so complicated. Real quick, art tip, do your face line art on a different layer as your hair. Do your skin line art on a different layer as your hair, and do everything on different layers. It's hard to remember to do that, but it makes something, like the way that I draw, makes it 10 times easier. Later on. Because then you go like that. That's why that's why I'm doing like a teaching class thing. Kind of. I'm not a good artist. Like, I am, but I'm not. I can't say that I'm not a good artist because I do have skills. It's just those skills don't always pay the bills. They're not the skills that everybody wants. Because I have a very common art style. Which is funny because it took me fucking 10 years to learn it. No, but they're all over there on that account. They know that account. They don't interact with me. They don't like any of my posts. Nothing like that. So I think they forgot about me. But that's okay. They weren't really my friends anyway. They were his friends. That just happened to like me too. I'll move this down here. One of them I still do talk to on a daily basis. Like, I have a 224-day snap streak with her. And as soon as it's over, because I unadded the other ones because, they're not really my friends. If they were my friends, they wouldn't talk to him, especially given the fact that he did some fucked up shit to them, but they still talk to him. So I don't really consider them my friends anymore, and so I don't talk to them anymore. It's so confusing. Toxic relationships are confusing as shit. But that's okay. Because now I have Cheese. And I have Cheese's friend Mold. Which, I told him that I started calling him Mold on stream, and he thought that was the funniest fucking thing ever. Because I used to call him my boyfriend's best friend. Even though he's also my friend. Like, we're all friends, but I don't know. I ended up just calling him my boyfriend's best friend because he is, in fact, my boyfriend's best friend. He's also in love with my boyfriend. Like, ironically, but also not ironically. There were. It crashed again? Oh, it keeps crashing. Hello? Can you fucking connect, please? Thank you. Yeah, no, people don't like art. They like Overwatch. But when it comes to art, a lot of people don't. You see, is it just me or do you guys also get like... Hey, Cheese. I'm streaming. What are you doing? Art? Fart. Wait. What's up?
Just saying hi. Letting you know I'm on my way home.
Okay. I love you.
I love you.
I'll see you when you get here.
You're...
Bye.
Bye.
You know those art streams that happen so fucking often, and you see them a lot, or at least I see them a lot, where they're all over your For You page, and it's just a person singing and drawing and stuff? Those don't get a lot of viewers, I've noticed. I've joined a few of them, but there's usually only, like, maximum I think I've seen is 5. So, when you're drawing, especially if you do what I do and draw them on different layers, make sure that the layers aren't overlapping or it'll make coloring your lines a lot more difficult. Like so. And then you can bring the opacity of that up. Bring that down. You don't want it to bleed through, because if it bleeds through, then it looks messy. And not a good messy, like a bad messy. It's my line art so far. The next thing that I'm gonna do, this is a weird way that I do this. For glasses, or shoelaces too. Oh, wait, wrong thing. What I do is I go like this. This is on a separate, yes. I use thick lines. Now, typically I do this when I'm coloring, because it just makes it so much easier. I'm gonna do it now too, just to show you how I do it. So then you take your eraser. Now, if I'm doing this when I'm coloring, I take the color. I'm gonna use a different eraser for this one. I'm gonna do the medium airbrush. See, that's too big. Then, bring it down a notch. That's not good enough. Inking. Dry ink. Okay, I'm gonna do that one. Because that's what I use to color, or to draw it. You get something slightly not big enough for it, you know? It makes a nice rim to your glasses. Or shoelaces, or whatever you do it with. I usually do it with shoelaces. And then you go, boom. See? Glasses. Yippee yay. They're a little crooked, but you get the idea, right? Then you go to your next layer. And you do whatever the fuck you were gonna do before. It's too thin. Too thin. Just right. Nope, too thick. Oh, if you take it and you move it over into the percentage size, you can move it at a slower pace to get the exact line that you need. Does that make sense? I hope that makes sense. I hope I'm making sense. I'm not, but I wish I was. No, I joined. Inactivity detected. Fix your inactivity. Okay. So, do you see? No. Right over here, where the slider is? So usually you'd go on where the slider is and you'd slide it. So what I'm doing right now is I'm sliding it up and down normally, and then I'm moving it over to where it says size percent, and I'm sliding it up and down the same way, but it's going down a much slower so you can be a lot more specific. See? Gets you the exact percentage you were trying to get. You left a dumb sketch. I wanna see. Ah! Dude, that's amazing! That's so good! Ah! Oh my god, that's amazing. I love that. Art is hard. A lot of people like to use AI now. And I've had people who were like, oh, what are your commission prices? How much would it be for this thing? And I'm like, oh, $5. And he's like, oh, no, I'm gonna have AI do it instead. I'm like, oh, okay. Well, cool, I guess. And he's like, are you not mad about that? And I'm like, I am, but I'm not gonna sit here and call you a douche about it. A lot of people take artists, like everything, and just think that they can be assholes to artists, which is why I went on that rant. Especially with all the people who were in stream earlier. AI does suck. Like, I understand why it was made. I understand the benefits that people see for it and how it can potentially be helpful. But people forget it's not being helpful. There are very few people who are using it to its intended purpose. Right now, it's being used to make people upset, to piss people off. And that's not okay. I don't know. It's okay to not be okay with things, and people forget that. It's okay to be unhappy with whatever you're doing, with whatever somebody does to you. But it's not okay to be a douche to somebody who is happy about what they're doing. Does that make sense? Like, let's say you use AI to make Twitch emotes or, something else that people do for it. It's not okay to do that. I mean, yeah, you do have free will. You can do it, technically speaking. What makes it even worse is that people will be like, oh, I drew this. Oh, I made this. This was made by me. When it wasn't. It's stolen. That's like people who, does anybody remember Amino? When people would take art for their OCs and not credit the artist and then get upset when people would be like, oh, what's the artist? I want to commission them. And they're like, I don't fucking know. Like, I get that you want to use that art, but the least you can do is be like, oh, it was pinned by this person on Pinterest. I found this through Pinterest. That way they know where to look. But taking art and being like, oh, this was made for me, nobody else has made this, nobody else has seen this, blah, 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 blah. It's like, okay, bud, fucking wrap it up at this point. I have so many, like, hot and warm and cold. Hey, Adam! Hot and warm and cold takes about art. It's not even fucking funny. I have to make art rant videos. Like, there's no way fucking around it. I have to make those videos because it's just becoming a topic that needs to be talked about for me. I'm doing okay. I'm drawing. I don't like this, but I do like this. I think this looks nice. Could look better, but whoopie fucking do. I want to talk about this next part that I do. I do base colors. A lot of people don't do base colors next. I do base colors. And it's weird because I do them underneath each specified layer. Because those layers are there for a fucking reason. So the hair's on top of everything. There's only a few things that are below the hair. And that's only in specific places. Or above the hair or whatever. Like, over here, this hair, this is above it. How do I better fucking demonstrate this? Right here, the hair is above this. But typically it's not. Or typically, like if I color here, this is where it's supposed to be colored, you know? Just do it in this order. So I do hair, and then I do accessories. Then I do, then I do eyes and face features. Then I do body, and then I do accessories. Like clothing accessories. So if there's anything on the face, like glasses, you do those before you do the eyes and before you do the skin. It has to be in this order. This makes your life 10 times easier. I don't know why I'm yelling at you. I'm sorry. Can I smudge this? No. Okay. How would this be impossible for you to draw? Ooh, do I want to go with a marker pen? No. What was the one that I said I was going to do? Marker dry ink, studio, ink bleed. This is for line art. No, dry ink was for line art. Did I do ink bleed? And I was like, oh, I'm going to color with this one. Okay, cool. Yes, I know there's stuff out of the lines. It's okay. All I draw is humans. It's literally all I draw. I just draw humans. I don't draw anything else ever. Because I need a life. I know! It's supposed to be there. For this specific drawing, it's supposed to be there. Humans are hard. It took me like 12-ish years to learn them. So the premise of this drawing, you mostly draw countries? How the fuck do you do that? See, I can't draw backgrounds. Backgrounds are hard. This is like the most backgroundy week I've done. Done like 4 backgrounds. So just to let you know what I'm trying, the concept that I'm doing is this is a detective and in the early 2000s. And the reference that she gave is giving very like, not Duck Detective. You know those DS games with the train guy? Professor, some fucking weird ass name. That's what I'm doing. So this is like inked on pen. It's like a description, I guess. I don't know. It doesn't make sense with the lore because she's the detective and not the suspect. But I'm doing a suspect thing. You'll see. It'll be fine. It's funny because I took this directly from the picture, but it makes her hair color look so different. Oh, yeah, I want this to be, like, bleeding ink, because, like, it got wet with, like, coffee stains or something. I don't know yet. Maybe tears. Tears of fear, because she seems fucking terrified. Okay, I was talking about how these are in layers, right? So this layer is on top of this. So I did it on the wrong layer! I'm gonna kill myself. No! And then I left. It's okay. It's okay. It's okay, Shrimp. You only have to redraw like half of it. Oh my god. Nobody tell TikTok I'm gonna kill myself. Because if they hear that, I'm getting banned. So now... What the fuck? Oh! I don't have to redraw anything. Fuck you guys. I drew it on the wrong layer, but that's okay. The layer I drew it on is not relevant. I thought it was the face or the hair. I was about to get so mad because those two took forever. It was the skin layer. Duh. God, I'm dumb. You guys expect me to be good at Overwatch. Fucking God. Oh, shit. Overwatch is hell. This is on... Yes, this is the right layer now. So, can this be smaller now? No? Okay. I think this is supposed to be a lighter color like this. That seems about right, right? Or a bit more like that? Like a darker... Yeah, the darker one works better. I'm gonna get rid of you. Go away. Coloring time. Thank you. I was wondering where that chat came from. So, just for the sake of showing you how I do this, see how I put it on the skin part? You just erase. And you should erase with the same texture pen that you do to give it a better texture. And then a way to go around everything is to do it on a lower layer once you get closer. But that's extra layers you don't need, and I already have 1,000,001 layers. But it's up to you. Don't forget to go back to the layer you were originally coloring on. I actually don't have any more art trades to do after this one. Because I'm requesting one, and then I've decided not to do one with somebody because our morals just aren't the same. And they posted a video, and I don't like the video they posted because it says slurs and stuff, and I'm like, I'm not here for it, man. I don't want to be associated with you. Did I tell him I don't want to do it anymore? I don't fucking know. Probably not. Coloring is so peaceful. I wish that the Purple app let me play actual music instead of just this lo-fi shit, but oh well. Usually I'm a lot more careful about my coloring, but because of the premise I'm doing for this one, I'm not as caring about how in the lines it is. Different audio tracks? It's specifically for the Purple app because I'll get demonetized on that one. Okay. So, the way I do this is kind of weird. I gotta remember how I did it exactly last time. Okay, cool. So, because of how I go about my process and stuff, I have it be slightly transparent. And then this, I do a little blur on. Can I get... No, delete. I'm kind of very picky about how I do everything. Because I think my boyfriend's home. Okay. There we go. And then for the face, I'm also kind of picky for this one. So make it tinier. And then doing this just so I can see better. I love the newer Overwatch season. What's up, Abraham? I think it's really good. I think it's fun. I think Fika's fun. I think everybody's fun. That's how I do that. And then... So this gets a little weird. So bear with me. What? A bear? So this is when everybody does the grayscale. I don't know if you've seen it. If you've seen it, great. I just recently figured out what it's about and why people do it. Okay. Now for grayscale. This one's kind of a doozy. I'm not gonna fucking cap with you. You use grayscale scale for your shadows and your lights. So hard shadows are black. Less hard shadows are lighter gray. I've never been good at shadows and lights, but if this is what you want to do, you can do that too. I'm not the best at it, but so to do that, you go to the layer that you're supposed to be. I'm doing my hair right now. So the hair that I have, you make an extra layer, you make sure it's a clipping mask. If you're on Ibis, it looks different. It's just the little arrow. But you do that. And then you just keep going. And then for your lights, you do white. Hair can be rendered in multiple different ways. So if you don't, the hair you're rendering doesn't look exactly like how I'm doing it, that's okay. It's hair. Doesn't fucking matter. I render hair weird, because I never technically learned how to do it. So I do this. And I go like this. I do different lines in different directions, and I smooth it out and blend it out a lot. The way I render is not how you're supposed to render, from what I know. I just do it weird because I was never given lessons like this. I'm truly self-taught. I didn't watch a lot of videos about it. The only person that really helped me with my art was my brother and my dad. My brother knew how to draw. My dad did not. Don't get me wrong. Love my dad. But he was more like, hey, that looks like shit. I'm like, really? And he's like, yeah. And then you put it on multiply. When you put it on multiply, changes how it looks. You can change the opacity to make it more or less different. And then for the shadows, I also like to smudge and smooth it out. But I'm less I'm less of a shadows person. So everything I do looks different from what you might see, which is okay. Because I'm a different person with a different art style. And then you can go back, like after you do the multiply, that's okay. If you want to change something, you can go back and you can change it, like I'm doing now. I'm adding a couple of more shadows. What peak did I happen to fall upon? Art trades. Art trades. More like fart trades. And then, boom. Your art can look however you want. A lot of people like to forget that just because you have a different art style doesn't mean that your art is bad. I don't know how to shadow at all. I'm kind of just like, hey, that might look good here. And then I plop it on, and then I'm like, hey, that did not look good. I also, so I'll admit it. I already admitted it before, but you guys weren't here, so it doesn't count. I used to be a Tracer kid. Not Tracer, the Overwatch character. Tracer. I'm talking about tracing art. So I used to find drawings. I used to trace them. And I would pretend that I did them. Because technically, I did. In a very broad technicality. Tracing was how I kind of discovered art. So my friend was like, yo, you should draw this. And I'm like, I don't know how to do that. They're like, oh, do it like this. And then my dad gave me a how to draw book, and he's like, you're bad at art. Draw. I'm like, okay, cool, thanks. Quick side tangent. If you missed a spot like how I did, you can go back onto your base layer and change it. I love when you talk the shrimp talks, and I didn't even know if shrimps have mouth. I don't think they do, but I do, because I'm a shrimp and I have a mouth. It's okay to trace in certain scenarios. It's okay to trace if you're new to art. If you don't draw a lot and you want to get better. One of the ways that people typically are like, hey, here's how I learned, is by tracing art and finding out how hair moves, how clothes move, how the face is shaped. You can do that. Don't do what I did in middle school and say, oh, well, I drew it, so now, like, this is my art. No, don't fucking say that. That's shit. You just took somebody else's art and you traced over it, and that's okay. It's okay to do that. On the other side of the head? That's weird. But it's okay to take art and to trace over it, to learn bodies, anatomy. That's how they recommend practicing things. You take a photo, you put it onto your iPad, and you trace it, and you figure out how the body moves, how the clothes moved, how the face was shaped, how the nose was drawn. That's how the hands were done. That's the way you're supposed to learn, is by taking what other people have done that you like and going over it and figuring out how it works. Like, let's say, doing this now. Add, insert a photo. So I have a bunch of drawings of lapis lazuli because I was doing lapis lazuli art. Let's say I really like, actually, let me do it like this. I really like the anatomy on this. What you would do, if that's the case, take a pencil and you'd go, this is where the head, on a different layer, go, this is where the head is. This is how they drew the mouth. And then this is the neck. So to do that, you would have the head go like that. And you use it to practice anatomy. You draw your shapes that you're learning. So that's the rib cage. This is the circle. This is the pelvis. You'd draw your shapes and you'd see how they got to the point where they got it. That's a way to learn. Hi, cheese.
Hi.
And you use that as a basis for your next drawing. So let's say I want to draw something like this. I'm doing art class.
Whoa.
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 So let's say, and keep in mind, do you see how I'm not like tracing over it exactly? I'm not going, don't do that. That's bad. This is still technically tracing. But let's say I want to use this pose in a different drawing. Alright? I didn't complete it. But that's where you would go and you'd have it like this and you'd be like, ow! You'd be like, yeah. I have a more stylized art style. Can you stop?
I didn't do anything.
And then you'd be like, this is probably where the ear would be because that's the jaw. This is the nose. This is the mouth. And then that's the neck. You'd go like this. That's a way to learn draw. That's a That's a way to learn how to draw.
You know what else is a way to learn how to draw? You keep the pistol in your holster and you go like this.
Shut up. There are a million different ways to learn, and people like to forget that beginners gotta learn somehow. And tracing's just one of the easier ways to learn. I'm gonna keep the flowy skirt, have it go like this and that. It's a way to learn. I love to learn draw. It's a way to learn. And I think that's important for people to understand, that it's okay to trace as long as you aren't like, oh yeah, I did let's say I finished this, right? And let's say I used this pose reference and I drew this. I did not actually draw this. Let's just say that I was like, oh yeah, I did this all by myself. There was nothing else to help me. This was me. And somebody goes to you and they're like, oh hey, I found the pose reference you used. And you're like, no, I didn't. I didn't do that. I don't know what the fuck you're talking about. I made that pose. That's shitty. Don't be a shitty person. Be a nice person. Be a person who's like, hey, I use this pose reference. People are fucking weird. Thank you, Abraham. Yeah, the guy in the back is cool. That's, Cheese. Cheese is awesome.
Hi.
Back to fart.
Did someone request me?
No, they're just like, the guy in the back sounds cool, and I said,
Oh.
he is cool.
I'm very cool.
Okay. Now I need my reference back.
That's not a back.
Shut the fuck up. Go lay down. Go. Get on. Get. Error. I feel so guilty using other poses, but sometimes I just can't get it. Yes! Understandable. I don't like using poses. I was literally talking about this in the beginning of my stream. I've been streaming for about an hour now. Is that what it says? Yeah, hour 30. In the beginning of my stream, I was talking about how I don't like using poses off Pinterest. Simply because I was always told, that's okay. It's an in-depth tutorial on how I draw. This is my most recent art trade, by the way, for the people who just got here. I finished it. I had another, this is my other watermark that I put in there. And then look, I have like a see-through one. Looks so cool. Anyway, I love it. I love bees. I love yellow. I've been going through an in-depth tutorial on how I draw, and one of the things I was talking about is how I don't like using poses off Pinterest because I feel like I'm tracing, and I've had people yell at me for using poses. I've had people be like, oh, this doesn't count. You used a pose for this. Blah, 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 blah. I'm like, that's stupid. That's the stupidest fucking thing I think I've ever heard of in my life. But I listened to them. Like an idiot. I listened to them. Oh, yeah. You gotta know how to decipher AI from not AI. Like, half of my feed is fucking AI. But this isn't. AI can't make those lines. I mean, it can, but not well. I was looking at pose references. There's a very obvious difference between the AI poses and the not AI poses. I don't know. I always use the sketch pose references because it's harder for sketch poses to be AI unless somebody deliberately went to an AI pose and was like, here. I also really like these pose references because I use this app. I know this app is real. Yeah. This is a really good app for pose references. I forget what it's called. This is the model was made on an app. It's really cool. But it's really good for pose references. That's how I did. So I'm going to show you some of my old art. I used a pose reference for this. I was terrified to admit it, and I just said that I drew it myself. I used a pose reference for this. This was back in 2022. That app I was talking about, I'm pretty sure I used it for this drawing. I did not use a pose reference for this Bruno drawing. I did not use a pose reference for this one. How you can tell? Because the hand's all jacked up. This is my first ever Sombra fan art. I did not use a pose reference for this one because I didn't need to because I didn't have to draw hands. I used that app that I was talking about for this drawing. I did this one on Ibis. This one is very clearly done with a pose reference. This one too, very clearly done with a pose reference. And I didn't even color it properly. This was a commission, by the way. I got paid for this. And I put it, this was made on Ibis, but I put it on here back in 2022. This is old. Half of these I use pose references for, which, that is okay. This one, I did not use a pose reference for this. I remember sketching this out and being like, oh my god, I'm so cool, it's Lindsay. Ugh. I don't really use them anymore because I feel guilty every time I try to use one. And now my anatomy just suffers. Thank you. But I'm learning. Like, this was from a few months ago, and I can do side profiles much better than this now. I hated this drawing when I did it, and I still hate it, because it's bad. But I can do it much better now. Anyway, back to this. Do I think her skin tone's kind of like this? No, I'm scared to color her skin tone. Because every time I do skin tone, it never ends up right. So I've talked about how I got to this point. This is somebody's OC that's a detective. So I'm doing a detective paper type drawing. I've also talked about why I have all my liner on a different layer, but I know that a lot of you just got here. So all the line art is on a different layer because I colored the line art and it makes coloring and just everything much easier. I will be drawing more after I finish this. I kind of want to do a longish art stream, but because I know a lot of people just got here, so it's not fair to them if I just stop. I'm like, okay, you guys should have been here. And if you missed anything, you can always go back and watch. I'm still interactive and I'm still talking about everything. There's some funny moments in there too. Like when my thing disconnected and you saw the name that I am on the computer. That's funny. Anyway. So we're kind of far into this, which is fine. I'm gonna run to play some games. The boy wants me to game with him, but I'm gonna leave a lurk for you. You're really cool and your art is awesome. I love this. The liner is phenomenal. Thank you. This will be up on my Twitch, so when you are watching it later, you can follow along and I can show you how I draw and why I do the things that I do when I draw. So if you come back and I'm not streaming, I suggest just watching it back because you said you wanted digital basics, and that's kind of what I'm teaching, is digital basics. So if you still want that help, I'm here for you. And this is gonna remain up, and I think this is gonna be, I haven't posted anything on YouTube in a while. I think I'm gonna post this. I kinda want the accessories to go up now. But it's up to you. If you don't want to watch it, you don't have to. I'm going to... Well, this is a good place to start. Thank you so much for being here and being willing to learn. It's kind of hard to find these days. I really do appreciate it. And for the people who don't draw and who are still here trying to learn, that's awesome. And I hope that you can learn how to at least do the digital stuff, and then you can learn anatomy and how to do everything else. Because with digital literacy comes everything else. I didn't know how to do digital. My parents bought me locking layers. You mean Alpha Lock? I don't use Alpha Lock. I always do clipping masks. Because I don't know how to use Alpha Lock properly. So I'm actually going to move this one. I'm going to move it up above here. So this is my base for the skin tone. We're not going to be doing, for skin, you don't do the gradient that I was talking about earlier. For that, you're going to do the clipping mask like I showed. And then you're going to take this, you're going to move it a little lighter, and then you're going to go around the color wheel. Typically more red or pinkish for blush, obviously. I say obviously, but it's not that obvious. Oh my god. 2 fingers. What? I don't even know how to do it. Let me get my AirPlay back up. Air mirroring. Mirroring. It keeps crashing every 5 minutes, but it's free, so. I don't feel like spending the fucking $10. There we go. Oh! I've never used that before in my life. But that's really cool. Oh, my boyfriend put my name on our the computer as Slut Bucket. It's an inside joke. It's like how his name's Wah Wah Baby. I didn't make that name, I swear. Okay. So, kind of made it a little too light. I lied. You don't want to go light. You want to go a little bit more in. You're going to want to go redder. That's how you do blush. But because this is like a darker skin tone, or I guess a paler skin tone, you're gonna want to be more cautious about it. You do blush on the cheeks, the nose. You can go up the bridge a little if you'd like. And also sometimes people like to do it the upper eye. I don't typically do it that way. And so usually with this, clipping mask and Alpha Lock are my 2 skills on Procreate. I also have made a fern brush once and wouldn't be able to do it again. Oh my god, real. I can't make brushes. I don't like brushes to save my life. For this part, let me show you. This is terrifying to look at. I know, it's fine. With the darker, you'll be able to see the light a little bit clearer. So you do that, and then you go a little bit darker. or a little bit redder. You can do that on this one. This is a more stylized version. Or if you want to keep like a realistic type aspect, you do another clipping mask, and you can go like a deep red. You can go like this and put it where you want the blush to go. And then you go over here to the little magic brush and you go to Gaussian blur. And you blur it out just a little bit. And you can either do the smudge tool for this, or you could do erasers to give it a more pristine look. I like smudge. You can make sure it doesn't touch the underside of the nose, and you keep it in the area you want it to be. You can move it up, move it around, etc. Up and around. And then you go here, you'll also go to multiply, and you just make it a little darker. Or a little less opaque is the word for it. That's how I do it. And then you turn on your backgrounds again. She's blushy. Now, for the other part of that, and you have like a nice pinkish base. That's if you want them blushing a lot. If you want them blushing a little, you make it more opaque, and it's only slightly blushy. It works. You can also do like a dark red, and then you do the underneath. I know, it's very there. I always do this extra step. You don't have to do it like this. I always do it like this, where I do like where the hair goes and stuff like that. You don't have to do that though. I also do the nose a little, but because of this looks cute. You're gonna want to put, I did this in the wrong order. You're gonna want to put this one. Yeah. I use the blur tool for a lot of things. I know, she looks like Rudolph right now, but you'll see it in a sec. And then you're also, if you do it around the hair and you do the opaque hair like I do, you're gonna wanna put all of that in as brown. And you'll see why. So I'm gonna turn the hair back on. And then put this to multiply. Multiply is your best friend. Do it like that. You make it really opaque. Depending on how harsh your shadows are, depends on how opaque you want it. And then you can also do this for more harsher shadows. You make it thinner, and then you can do like a really harsh shadow here and here. For more control, I guess, is the word that I'm gonna use for that. And then you put it on multiply, and you make it opaque, but it makes it a harsher shadow. Oh, okay. So let's look at it. This is how it looks multiplied, right? You click here, go back to normal. It looks dark. Multiply just, I mean, it's better to use it with black and white, but I don't want to do that with black and white. This color, it doesn't really change much, but for other colors, like for the hair, I have this on normal. It looks like that. You can make it look like that, I guess, but then you get rid of the highlights. But if you put it on multiply, it enhances the color of the original color, the base color. That's what it does. That's why I use multiply instead of other things. You can make it look like that too, depending on how dark you want to go. But same with the blush. If you put it on normal, it makes it a lot harsher. And it doesn't look like it because it's at 15. But with multiply, it's just, I don't know, it looks better. People also, No, my highlights aren't erase marks. It's white. In the hair specifically, it's white. So hi Athena. How do I want to word this? So people like to use, instead of, a red, let's say we weren't using red. Let's say we wanted to do a blue because there's an underneath shadow and you got to do the opposite main color. So you do blue. And that's your shadow, right? That's the shadow you want. That's the shadow you're going to use. Now, if you just do that, that looks bad. I don't know. It just looks better in a way. Because that's just, I don't know. It's hard to explain. Maybe not a harsh blue. Maybe like a lighter blue. Depending on the base color depends on how well it works. This base color is too light for it to work properly the way that I want to explain it. But let's try it with the hair. So you use blue. Keep in mind, I'm not a professional artist. I mean, I am, but I'm not. You lower the opacity, it looks like that. But if you, see? If you lower the opacity, it stays that light blue on a darker thing. It looks bad. But if you do multiply, it gives it a blue hue without taking away the color. Do you see what I mean? Color theory is difficult, but multiply is a really, really good tool for coloring. Yeah. A lot of people do blue, because they do the opposite on the color wheel a lot of the time, because it does give a really nice effect like that. But a lot of people also do the grayscale. I like the grayscale. I'm the shrimpest? I know. Color theory is definitely hard. When I was working on this, was it this one? It was a drawing that I did recently. Oh yeah. This drawing. See how these are like little kiss marks? It looks like she would be bruised on this one. That's the same color. Let's try it with her skin tone. It doesn't, to me, it doesn't look the same. Color theory is the most weirdest fucking thing I think I've ever seen.
You've seen me a lot.
Shut up. Thank you. Color theory is weird, but so are you, and that's okay. Next thing I want to color is, so typically, I will say this, typically people immediately are like, oh, let's color the eyes and everything else. Another casual tease moment. Yeah. Giving himself strays is crazy. I want to color the glasses real quick, just to get it out of the way. For this one, I have to be more careful because of the way I did the line art, which is super thin. On purpose, might I add. I know shrimp and thin, those two words don't go together, but. The line art for this is how I did the laces on my bee. I always disliked the Fiona and Cake thing, but I always loved Marshall Lee. Marshall Lee is awesome. Did my mirror cast fucking break again?
Probably. You know why? Because you're stupid.
You're stupid.
It broke.
Yeah. I caught it immediately after it did. No, but I do it like this. It's better when you use a different pencil, but I'm doing something different for this. I'm using my art trades as a way to experiment with pencils and coloring and how I normally would do that stuff. Cheese, they're gonna make fun of me for the, slut bucket name again. Cheese.
Huh?
They're gonna make fun of me for the slut bucket name again.
Why?
Because they think that I just put it there. You gotta explain that you came up with that name. That's not me.
No, it's all you. You're stupid.
You're stupid. Why is my name Slut Bucket on the computer?
Your name is Slut Bucket on the computer?
Yes! My name's Slut Bucket on the computer.
No, that's just your name.
No, it's Slut Bucket. Your stupid ass name stuck.
Yeah. It's because one time when I was at work, Mark swatted a fly out of the air with the electric zapper. And he went, "Yeah, that's right. Slut bucket." I was like, "That's funny. That's funny. I'm stealing that."
Fucking Mark. Yeah, real. Glasses! Glasses are done. I have done pixel art before. Not a lot, though.
Literally, all of your art is pixel art because it's digital.
Shut the fuck up. I have
Look
another.
at that. Look at that. Pixels.
Oh yeah, pixel art. Boom. I did pixel hands. These have nothing. Oh wait, what the fuck? Oh yeah, these are my stuff. My emotes that I did. I was looking for these. The Shrimp of Rage. No, the hands aren't doing a... Did it fucking break again? Dude, it fucking broke again.
Stupid.
I need to buy the one. Fucking open! Open! Work! Thank you! Jeez! I don't use Air Server. It was the first free one that I could find that actually connected. So. Yeah, see? Pixel art. But that's not really pixel art. I don't know. I've done a lot of art. I used to make backgrounds. Or I tried to, at least. This was like a wallpaper that I made for somebody. But I can afford something. I don't want to have to afford something. Also, I told you guys that we were gonna be coloring the lines. Easiest way to color the lines, you go to the darkest part of your hair. You do that. Then you go to the lightest part of your hair. Still make it a little darker. Go boom. This is why I like doing different layers, because it makes my life 10 times fucking easier than it was before. And then you gauge and blur that motherfucker. Boom! Air server and I've never had it crash. Might download that real quick. Air server connect for an iPad? Does it work with iPads? You just dropped your phone in your sauce. Guess you could say you're not goated with the sauce. This one I had, I think the most amount of layers that I had, 66. This had 66 layers. I merged half of them. Do you want to see the replay? Of course you do. Why buy program when free is fine? It's not. His choking chuckle is so evil. This is me struggling for 10 minutes. Trying to figure out what fucking pose I want to do. And then I remember that I have this really weird art style. Barbecue sauce? Ew, barbecue sauce. I showed this earlier. So that was the sketch that I did. And I sent them the sketch. That was the sketch. They approved it and told me that the pants are shorts. And then this was the song they wanted, and I just had to turn it yellow. Oh yeah. So this is line art. I asked Cheese to help me with the line art, and I drew one eye, and then he drew a penis. Do you see that? There I am, and there I was, barbecue sauce on my phone. Yeah, he drew a dick. And then I locked the fuck in. Spent 5 hours doing this shit. See? Color hair. And then I erase it and add the hue of the skin tone. Or like a shade, a blush type hue. I fixed the face later, by the way. It looked weird. Yeah, see, I fixed it. Another casual cheese moment. Why am I getting flamed for the barbecue phone? Yeah, I really like this drawing. I want to eat it. I don't like this drawing that much. I'm still probably gonna eat it because art is yummers. I'm gonna redo that line art. I don't like it. It's okay to not like something that you did. As long as you're willing to go through the moves to fix it. Not everything you do has to be perfect. Don't forget that. Oh, okay. Have fun. Don't die. Mozzarella sticks and sauce. Dip your cheese in barbecue sauce. I will not be doing that. Oh, wait, I need this. Okay. I'm fixing a lot of stuff because I kind of messed up a bunch. You said mix it up bot? I'll add that later. Yeah, I tell people not to die, and then when they go to the bathroom, I always say, go piss, girl. Doesn't matter who they are. I literally said it to one of my bosses before. Okay. I didn't know they were easy to set up. I'll probably set one up during this stream then, because I'm weird. God, look how cute she is. Oh, something else you should do. See how the eyeliner goes over the hair for me? You just erase the lines where the eyeliner is.
My eyeliner usually goes under my hair.
Hey, how about you shut the fuck up? Obviously, I said that with love, by the way. I said it with love! Cheese counter? Yeah. Oh my god. Ow. Oh.
Nothing can counter me.
Not even like a counter? That's crazy. Royal Guard! Barbecue sauce seemed to work okay. Oh, okay. 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 The way I do eyes is also kind of weird, so stick with me. You're gonna understand in a minute. I don't really know if you guys play Magic the Gathering. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. The Gathering?
Cheese, do you want to come and talk about it while I go to the bathroom?
Talk about what?
Magic the Gathering.
I don't know. I mean, my knowledge of the subject is quite rudimentary.
I don't care. Come over here. Ask Cheese questions. Cheese will be answering questions. Okay. Thank you. I love you.
The cheese stands alone? I have not. Oh fuck, I left my phone. I don't want to do that. Oh my god. Oh, this card is incredible. I need this card. Holy shit. I need a deck based around that card. I need like a white-green deck that allows me to... Or a white-blue would work as well. There's a Leviathan card that I used to have that if you kicked it when you played it, it would return all the cards on the battlefield to their players' hands. I'm like, that's sick as fuck. I could probably use that. You wipe the field after facing it. Fuck yeah, that's awesome.
Did you know that Link and Lucy are all cuddled up on the couch?
I did. They were cuddled up when I came home.
Aww, the little babies.
This be the only card you have out. Yeah. No, I could probably like. Oh wait, is it like no other? If you control no cards in play, does that mean no lands too? Oh, I'm looking at Magic cards. Holy shit, no cards. That's insane though. There would need to be some sort of mill or exile card with it. Well, no, milling is from your pile. So yeah, I would need some sort of exile card with it. Yeah, sacrifice. That would be sick as fuck. Oh, I need to start building a deck around that. Okay. Alright, anyways, go ahead.
Oh, okay.
Oh.
Yeah.
You introduced me to my new favorite Magic card.
I see.
No, you have to read it.
You gotta get that and not tell Dawson. Be like, can I add a card into the deck, please?
No, it's not that. I would have to create my own deck around it, and I need to. I need that card.
Put 20 of them in your deck.
No, that wouldn't work.
You don't know that. Okay.
I would need to make it like my commander or something.
So, next thing I'm gonna focus on is the eyes. So I'm just trying to get this down.
Nice pixel art, dude.
This isn't pixel art.
Yeah, it is.
Nope. Shut up. I know you're trying to rage bait me. Do we have to go through what fucking happened last night, dude? Oh my god.
I'm gonna get through it. I'm hungry.
Okay, there's pizza out.
Yeah.
Okay. Are you gonna be back?
Yeah.
Okay. So. For the eyes, I do it a bit weird. Well, what you're supposed to do is go in with a black base. To do it the way that I do it, go in with a black base. And then you do what I'm doing now. Fucking, huh? How did I do this? Not me struggling with the fucking reference again. Go away. Anyway, you're supposed to go in with a black base, but I'm gonna do the purple one that I will be using for these eyes. And for this, don't use... I'm using weird pens. I'm gonna use syrup for this, because that covers more ground and it's more efficient. Since you're just coloring, you're not actually sketching. The way that I do it, you're supposed to. So you go in with the black base.
Okay.
And then for this part.
I know you saw them cuddled up on the couch. When you saw them, were they grooming each other?
No, they were asleep.
They're currently doing that.
Oh, the babies. And then half of it, you do purple. So, do it again. Yeah, I'm doing it on a separate layer. You go in black.
And you never go back.
Shut up. Then half of it, you do purple. You're supposed to have that black outline. And then you gauge and burler a little. Littler. that doesn't matter. And then underneath, you go the in-between color. I'm gonna do that with syrup again, because that's better. How big is my syrup brush? That big? That's okay. And that's how I do. Hi, Big Mac.
Oh my god.
6,900 likes. Insane.
We got Game Grumps blind breaking fidget toys. We have to watch it later.
Oh, fuck yeah, we're watching that. So, that's how I do the eyeliner type part. And then, merge those down. Cool, cool. Whatever, they're not important. Then you go in and you color the eyes. Now for eye coloring, you do have to color pick. You have to go in and actually pick the colors you want to use. You can't do the gradient, and you can't do the other thing. See, for this one, you do a little circle at the bottom. And then you do a dark circle at the top. So do light and dark. And you're going to want the dark circle to be the darkest, should I say. You find an in-between color. And do the shades. Go next to the dark circles. Okay. And then you make your pen really small. And you do boom, boom, boom. Do it again. Boom, 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 boom. Because this eye is bigger. Okay? Then you go over to the eyeliner. You go separate level. Make your pen its normal size. And you do a little heart. Or you could do a circle or whatever not iris, but whatever shape you want to do, you can do it. Now, underneath of that, you need to have this light color make it a little lighter. You just go underneath until it like pops out a little. Keep in mind, coloring eyes and the way that I color everything is different. Changes. You never have to do anything exactly how I do it. I'm just showing you how I draw and how I prefer to do it and how I prefer to see it. Right? So that's the eye, but the eye's not quite done. Because now I gotta focus on this part. Now for this part, because of how I did it today, it's a little bit trickier. Because I have those little eyeliner spikies at the bottom. So try not to bug those. But you go in with your lightest color, you color pick with this one, and you do that for your second lightest color. Or I guess your third. You kind of see what I'm doing? And then you stop with that one. You don't want to fuck up the eyeliner type portion. Like the lashes. That's what I'm thinking of. Not the eyeliner. The lashes. My stuff kind of glitched for a second. Ta-da! And then you do the same on the other side. Don't want to mess it with the spikies. Now this part's a little tricky, and I'm going to show you what I'm going to do for it. Okay, shrimp and cheese sauce. See you later. Bye! You have a great day, Athena. So I'm gonna do a little gradient with this part. Like that. See how this gets spiky? I'm gonna keep it spiky. Go like this. Or more so, go like this and go. Just make sure that it stays spiky. Like how it's supposed to be. And then like that. bam, bada boom. That's how I color. Boom. Cinema. I'll try not to die. And then, you know how people have the sparklies and stuff? How I do it is I do a black dot, or, you know, for in this case, I'm going to do a dark purple. There you go. I'm going to make this a little thicker. Then, I'm going to go to a light lavender, because I don't want it to be exactly white for this one. Bam! Ba-bam! Look at that. Bam! Now the next part I'm going to go for, the eyebrows. Remember, the shading in the reference picture is a darker hue, so I have to constantly make everything a little bit lighter when I color pick. So the next thing I have in here is actually the eyebrows. So I'm going to color that. I'm going to move that down. I'm going to color that on this layer. So coloring in said eyebrows, and you can kind of see them through the hair, but also kind of can't. I'm turning that off so I can see this one a little better. Wachow. And then I'm going to take the actual color that they gave me, and I'm going to use that for the outline of the eyebrows. Put the hair back. Boom! Eyebrows. And you can still kind of see it through the hair too. This side, I'm going to make a little more. Yeah, a little more see-through. That way you can see it a little better. Whew. Let's get a progress check. So what I like to do every now and then is see how much I've done by going to the statistics on the canvas. I've been drawing for an hour and 53 minutes, and that's the track time. That's the amount of time that my pen has been on paper. Well, pen on iPad. I've done 1,976 strokes. What a year. Now, same. That's funny, Elliot. You should become a stand-up comedian. This one, spent 6 hours on. This one was a lot more intricate and detailed because I really enjoyed drawing this. I do really enjoy drawing this character. Do not get me wrong. Do not take my words and say, oh, I don't like this character sucks, blah, 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 blah. I enjoy this. It's just less work that I'm doing. And that's okay. Remember, art trades are not something that you have to 100% always be on point about. I'm getting better at messing with the reference. It's okay to not do everything perfectly. I don't think my chat is updating. No, it's okay. You can do anything how you want, however you want. It's fine. Now I'm a little more particular about how I color lips because they're a little different. See, there was no color on the lips for the reference I got. See, that's too dark of a pink. So you want to go around, and you're going to want to stay around that area. You're not going to go for pink, you're going to go for red. And a little bit darker. Make a thinner brush. Not that thin. So, big ol' lips, right? Gauge and blur. Multiply. Set to about here. You could do multiply or you could do normal for this one too. You can make it pinker if you want. Pinker adds more of a pinkish hue. So I got this Minecraft mod that makes everything look better, but I wanted to look more lively and whimsical. Is that weird to want as a dude? No, you're just goated. Now for this one, for the highlights, you can do the skin tone and then a little bit lighter skin tone, which is just white in this opinion, and do it on the edge. Makes it all shiny. I'd say this is coming out pretty nice. If I do say so myself. Now let's work on this little locket. If I can see where I'm color picking from, that'd be great. The darker shade. And you just color this in. Now for accessories, I'm not nearly as detailed as I am for the face and stuff, simply because the face is one of the more important parts of the drawing, because especially for this drawing, it's kind of the important part. So you do that, go up here, clipping mask, and then you do your gradient again. And that's how I'm going to be doing all the accessories. Now these seem like pearl type things. So the way you do your gradient's a little bit wonky. Because after you do that, you're going to go underneath of it. You're going to go for a light blue. I'm going to put the blue there. Underneath of the black. So it has a bluer hue. Go to the black, you go to multiply, turn down the opacity. Do that here too. Multiply, turn down the opacity. But not as far down as the black. I'm gonna go for this darkish color. And then because I did that hue type shit, I don't know what the fuck I want to call that. I guess the whatever, man. You're gonna take this, you're gonna go lighter. I'm gonna do it more bluish. Blue's kind of the main goal. You just tap it on. Tap, tap. Tap, 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 tap. Tap, 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 tap. Tap, 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 tap. Boom! And then you can also do, real quick, if you want to do like a lot lighter in one area, you could do it like that. Maybe not that light. See what I mean? You could do that. You don't have to, but you can. Now the glasses, I'm just gonna do this color for the outline that I did. Clipping mask, boom, perfect. That's all I really needed to do. Sorry, had to go at cheese. If I didn't, I would have died. I would have exploded. Last but not least, did I forget a ring? Is she wearing a ring? No, that's in the background. I think that's in the background. Fuck if I know, bro. Fuck if I know. There's no like earrings or anything. Okay. I'm gonna send this to the person. As soon as I'm done here, I'm gonna send it to the person. So, next up, I'm gonna be doing ink bleed. What's up?
That plate is for you.
For what? To eat
A
the
plate.
I'm not hungry.
Too bad. You get a plate.
Okay.
Fool.
I told you it would. Did you fucking doubt me, dude? Ugh. Haters. No, I'm kidding. I'm almost done, too. The importance of coloring, kids.
Hold for crack.
Now this is why, that thing that I did before, where I have each layer on a separate level and higher up and stuff, this is why I do that. I have a drink over here.
I know. This is mine.
Okay.
You fool.
This is why I did it. Have you seen the drawing that I'm doing?
Yes.
Okay.
Wait, what's the drawing that you're doing? Oh, okay. Wait, let me look at it again. Okay.
Something just happened.
You mean when something happens? Did you feel a disturbance in the force?
Yeah, I did. Heard a little ping, but I don't know where the ping came from. The rest of this I think I can do without a reference, but...
Alright, let me see it again.
It's on the screen.
Oh. Alright, let me see it again. Okay.
Boom! Leather jacket. Do you know how to do leather jackets? No? That's okay. I'm gonna teach you. Clipping mask. Because we always use clipping masks. They're very important. If you don't feel like alpha locking, you're gonna be using a shit ton of different shades and stuff. Always do a clipping mask. So basically, you do gray kind of everywhere, but not really. Black is your shader, gray is your beginning of light. So I do a base with black, and then I go in with a shit ton of gray. Like that. then we do this. Do the same over here. What's up, Bunyan? We're doing art lessons today. Then for over here, it's gonna be a little bit different because, like I said, you use it as like a base color, but you got two shadows over here, so you're not gonna fill it most of the way. You're still gonna have about two sides that don't have gray on it, and that's okay. Typically, I would have you like color drop this in, but because of the kind of pen I'm using, I still have to go in and color it in and stuff because of its texture. So that's gray. Then you go with a much lighter gray. Go into a different level. Clipping mask. Go in. You go like this, but not like that. There you go. And then you go. And then you go. And then you go. And then you go. Turn the opacity to basically nothing. And then, boom. That's how you do a jacket. Then you make, first time ever, make the line art completely black. Nothing else you can really do for it. And then last but not least is this shirt. Oh, and the whites in the eyes. Let me do the eye whites first. I don't always like to do a basic white. I like to go in too white and have it practically white.
What? You do me all the time.
Shut the fuck up. You go to practically white, and then you make it a little bit more of the hue, either of the eye or of the overall drawing. Right now I'm doing the overall drawing. Do okay. Another cheese counter. For real. You can also do like a darker hue. Some people, I've seen people do this a lot, but they'll do it all the way up here. Or they'll do like a black. There are a couple different ways to do it. They do the line, but then they go multiply, turn down a lot. They'll also do the black hue over the colors they did. Which, if you do it this way, that's fine. Like I always said, like I always say, doesn't matter how you color it, but make sure to go back into your line art and have it be this second darkest color up here. If you don't do it, it'll just look out of place and weird. See? We're almost done. Not quite. Still have to do down here. So the way I'm gonna do this, pretty simple, pretty easy to explain. Go in, color, clip, clipping mask, go to a darker part of that color, like that. Turn the opacity, turn the opacity to basically nothing. Go underneath there, go to I mean, I guess I'll use the specific white in here just to keep it, you know, the same. Go to a darker shade of white. You don't even need a clipping mask for this one. And boom! Now the final part. Took me 3 hours to draw this drawing. Final part is how I do my watermark. So you want to go to any color, really. You do at, and then your handle. I'm gonna have to move it over. I suggest you do it in white. You go over here. Go to, soft light, there it is. Now you're gonna duplicate it. You're gonna click it, go to invert. Now it's disappeared. Gonna go like this. You're gonna tap over in the corner. See this corner? You're gonna do that. You can tap there 4 times. 1, 2, 2, 3, 4. Group that together. You can do that. Oh, whoa. You gotta click the group. Do that. Now it's invisible. I like to do it at the bottom part of it. Or like here. Here would be a good place. You can also do it somewhere really obvious. Like here. You can also make it smaller. Put it up here for you. And that's how I draw. Yeah, there was kind of nothing else to it. And then what you do, you go to share, go to PNG, go to TikTok, message, and you find the person, you send it. And that's how I draw. Thank you so much for watching and being here and going through my tutorial. Even if you don't draw, still really appreciate it. Let me know in the server if you want more tutorials like this, or like to watch me draw more. I feel like this was kind of boring, but it's completely up to you guys. Yeah, this was really fun for me. I don't know if you guys enjoyed it, but thank you for being here, for watching, and you guys are amazing. Okay, bye.